following on from the last video, I want to bring in the 4 hour and 1 hour. So first off, if we have price control, let me show you my 15-minute entries that I took on this initially, right? Really standard stuff, not looking for a 1-minute break structure, but just getting in. So we have, if I just zoom out quickly on the 15, you can see that we are basically consolidating. And we had a OB left at the high. We did have Asia to come and fill. Price then popped up into, so evening star formation created on the Tuesday. Price pops back up into the area. Another evening star position that is created on the Wednesday. So I'm not waiting for price to pop back up right to the high, looking for a move at this point to then take price down. Ended up taking me out break even, no issue. The next day, well, let me actually know, let's go to 1 hour and show you why. So when I say that we need to bring in confluences for what the higher time frame is doing, this is the 4 hour. And you can clearly see that we have an OB in the 4 hour and we've got multiple wicks in this area and price is just rejecting it. So the next day when I got taken out break even, I'm looking to say, does price action still make sense based on where the 4 hour is? Now, the 4 hour candles that I went in on, or that should I say I used as my confluence, is actually these two here. Those two candles there. And if you can look at the price action that we had before, multiple wicks, and then you've got your bearish engulfing down and waiting for price to pull back up into the area for the move down. Right now, if I go down to the 1 hour, so 4 hours decent, you can understand that, multiple rejections to the high, meaning I can be a little bit more aggressive. Now, if I go to the 1 hour, and I show you where we are on this as well. So this point here, okay, is this one that we have right here as well. So you can see, again, that we've got big wicks to the high. So you have an extended wick on the higher time frame. So we're either looking for wick projections to the high, but this works on all time frames. So if I just look, I know that on the 4 hour, we've got loads of wick projections. We've got an evening star formation. We've got an extended wick, which is coming up, which is representing a slowdown in price. I want to see price then pull back up to those highs. And then on the 15-minute, on the basis that I have Asia to fill, we have, so this is slightly different to what I've shown you on just those examples that I drew, but this is where you can get subjective. Now, we had, and I'll go through the 1 minute, let me just show you this, the 1 minute break structure also worked. So the old entry model also worked on this, actually gave the better entry on this occasion, which is then you can see the price has broken the low. We've also broken this low as here. We've got broken multiple lows, and then we popped back up into a 1 minute OB, which has created the high, and then price rolls over. Really nice trade. Multiple traders caught that, 3-4%. But another way that you can enter on this, if you haven't got the ability or the time to go down to the 1 minute time frame, is then let's just zoom in to these candles. Let's just see what's happening. So remove this out of the way, get rid of that. We know we're in a higher time frame OB anyway on the 15. So we've got that confluence. We know that we're still looking for Asia to come and fill. So and based on the 4 hour and the 1 hour price action that we have as well, we can then look for price to be a little bit more aggressive. So let me just get rid of this to make it as clear as possible. Now, that's the 1 minute OB. Price has then come up. Sorry, times have changed, by the way. This was all the way to the left, but the clocks have changed. I have price popping up into an area. I have bullish moves. I have a wick to the high, followed by bearish engulfing. It's not engulfed the entire candle, but it's good enough for me with that wick to the high indicating rejection. Straight away, I've got my bearish, I've got a doji indicating slowdown. So I have bullish move, a lot of momentum, smack bang into a 15-minute OB that halts it. We close back below the 15-minute OB as well, indicating nice rejection. Then the doji, which is the slowdown in price, and then we have another bearish engulfing down. Now, I can, of course, do what I've just said. You can go down to your 1 minute and go, right, I've got to break a structure at this point. I'm going to wait for price to come to that area. I'm going to highlight my 1 minute OB, and then look for price to pop back up into this area for the short position down. There's nothing wrong with that, but you may find that on some occasions price isn't coming all the way back up to your 1 minute OB, and you may be missing some positions. So the other thing that you can do is, again, just highlight top this. Now, if we had imbalance, if this was an evening start, we'd highlight imbalance in and around the area, but we haven't. So all we're going to do is just highlight the top of those two bodies, wait for price to pull back in, cover the high for your move down. So again, this is the thing to realize. You're going to have your bullish move up, right? It might be a little bit scary. You might be thinking psychology-wise, this thing's going to break through. What I recommend is forward testing this first. Don't just put money on straight away. Don't just do a challenge on it straight away. Forward test it to deal with your psychology. Because if you're not familiar with it and you're not used to it, and it's going against what you would ordinarily previously done, then it's a lot more difficult to add something new if you're scared in the markets or if you've got bad psychology. So price is coming up, bullish move, but then straight away we've then got a bearish move back down again. So entry point, 8 pip stop, down to the bottom of Asia range. When it hits Asia range, you get out of it. However, on this occasion, it then did as well give the opportunity for the 1 minute break. Sorry, 1 minute retest, which was on this one here with a 1 minute OB. But the same thing again, right? If we have, look, I can just do this all day. So we've got loads of wicks. So this is where our other type of entry comes in. Right, granted, you're not getting the best position, you're not getting the best entry right all the way up at the high, but the directional wick fill, you have wick to the low, wick to the low, wick to the low, wick to the high, wick to the high, but then bang, price is coming down and filling these wicks. At this point, it leaves him. Now, if you had a bullish move that's coming all the way up, right, so forget about obviously the other entry at the moment. If you had a bullish move that's coming up here, then there is no short position for you to take, right? But we've got multiple confluences. It's actually given 3 entry possibilities. Wick to low, wick to low, wick to the low, wick to low, bearish engulfing down, almost Mariposa closure, followed straight away by another bearish engulfing, indicating bearish price action. So all you then need to do, you can just wait for the pullback into this imbalance straight away, cover the highs where possible to then look for your move down. Slowly creeping up. So if we're just doing, again, it's got to be here where your imbalance is, into your area, and then you've got your bearish move, and then obviously price continues, right? So always something to look for, to be honest. You know, you want it as high as possible. You know, if it's going to start happening all the way down the low, so you wouldn't use this one. That's just a normal imbalance fill. You wouldn't use that. But if you can get it at the high, then it's going to make it a lot better to trade. And then let me just quickly show you the fact that this price action is going to work on every single time frame, because price doesn't know time. So if we're looking at, you've got your wick to the high, price is slowly coming up to fill that, and then you've got your snap of the low. Again, normal imbalance. So this is why you need to know previous price action, imbalance fills, OBs, so you know the valid areas. Price then popping back up into that area for the drop down, and then again you can then just line that up with your 15-minute overall price action based on that evening star formation again that we've then had off that extended wick fill. And if you're a bit unsure about the extended wick fill, all you need to do is just do this. And then just check. And if you know if that wick is a lot higher and it is in a valid POI, then it's good. If the wick fills in the middle, sorry, the extended wick is in the middle of nowhere, you just leave it alone. It has to be at a high or low point for it to make sense. Okay, so I hope that helps, and I'll see you in the next video.